All right, what's your disagreement?
Um, First of all, I want to commend you on your show. I mean, I watch you every day, so you're doing a phenomenal job. I think you really try to highlight, and I think a lot of the listeners that I've been listening to, they don't watch your show, so they're not familiar with your content. But my disagreement would be that I do feel that there should be a better way to bring the men and women together, because from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of harshness coming in tone, and I don't think a lot of women are used to that because of the
Okay,
society
okay,
we're
okay.
in.
So
I'm sorry.
Okay. It's not the women. The women are not disagreeing with Kevin's tone. This is why women show up night after night, day after day to Kevin Samuels when Kevin Samuels was alive. Big shout out to the GOAT again. It's not the tone. You're scared of the tone. He's scared of the tone. He can't handle the tone because he has feminine energy. He's been running away from aggression his entire life. So he's speaking from his standpoint. If you learn anything about Kevin Samuels and you know anything about women, women love aggression tone. Women love that masculinity out of a man that's willing to tell her the truth. We have too many guys that are just like this guy who's scared of tone. You can't be scared of the tone. You need the tone in life. In real life, that's called the girt. You need that girt within your soul. And we have too many men that speak for women because you're trying to throw your insecurities into the situation. But women were never complaining about his tone. They still showed up night after night, day after day to be told the truth. Women want a man that's going to tell them the truth and not be afraid to tell them the truth with the same tone as Kevin Samuels.
Sorry. Go
disagreement is
ahead.
with my tone.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Then
Yes,
then you go do it.
I respect that. I respect that. I can respect that. Um, I just feel that women aren't accustomed to men of that
Were you raised
of
by
your
your father?
caliber. Yes.
I'm asking because you keep talking about feeling, how you feel. I feel,
Yeah.
I feel. That is a big trigger word, especially around men's content. Women talk about how they feel. Tell me about what you know and what you think.
Exactly. Like he said, you're talking about feelings in a man's space. Men are not supposed to deal with feelings. They're not supposed to deal with emotion. They're supposed to deal with the truth. They're supposed to deal with what's going on. You have to get out of your feelings. And I'm talking to the simps that are just like the guy like here. You can't be sensitive. It's not going to get you anywhere because life is not a sensitive place. Life is a very bad place. It can get you. When you're in a man's space, we're supposed to have some type of dominancy. We're supposed to have that earth, that girth. That's what I grew up with. I grew up with men talking to you like a drill sergeant, but understanding your strengths, trying to get you to be a man.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, what I know is women have a very hard time with men that are as strong toned as you come across.
So,
They don't seem to receive that as well as someone with a softer tone.
really, does it matter how they receive it, or does it matter what they do about it?
Well, yeah,
No, I got.
that makes
That's a
sense.
question I'm asking you. What
Yeah,
matters more?
it matters more what they do with the
Well,
information.
then I challenge you to go look at what some of my uh, detractors, people who tell women what they want to hear, and go find the amount of women who tell them, "You saved my marriage. I'm getting married because of you. You made me a better woman. I didn't like what you had to say, but now I'm better." Go look in their comment section. Go look at how many videos the women have made to them, and come back and tell me how they rank next to mine.
And Kevin is right because one thing about women, women want the truth regardless if they tell you to say it or not. They're going to always gravitate towards the truth. They're going to always gravitate towards the man that's not afraid to tell her the truth and not what she want to hear. We have too many guys that are programmed to talking to a woman inferior of how it's going to make her feel when in reality they're inferior themselves. They're inferior of aggression. They're inferior of deep tone. The women themselves, they find it attractive. and the world doesn't have enough of it. That's the problem. The guy that you don't think women like is typically the guy that they like. What you think is going to be disrespectful towards a woman is sometimes, in most cases, not disrespectful towards her, as long as you're not calling out a name, bitch, whore, 304 to her. For the majority of the time, if you're able to stand your ground as a man, a woman is going to respect you. Now, when you're sliding out and you're adjusting yourself, you're trying to adjust the conversations because you care how she's going to react to it, you're going to look weak to her because she know you could be conquered. She know you want to tell the truth, but you're scared to tell the truth, so you'll go along with her lie. When you're able to go along with a woman's lie, she's never going to respect you.
You're right.
My question is, as a black man, why are you coming in here making an emotional argument about tone when we got such a problem with our women?
Well, I think I'm making that argument simply because more black women, they're listening to your content. I see more and more people having discussions.
Well, let me reframe this. Why, as a man, are you giving me the emotional argument based upon outcomes?
I don't really see that many that much of a good outcome, honestly.
Of who? For me or for them?
Well, black women. I mean,
No.
Black women.
My tone aside, I'm getting outcomes. Yes. The people who tell them you're a queen and a goddess, are they getting women married, going back to their husbands, reframing how they look at men? You say you follow my content, right?
You're right.
Who's getting the outcome?
You're getting more outcome. I mean, I will give
so
you
as
that.
A man, how are you going to come to me as a man who's getting a better outcome and tell me about a tone?
Well, simply because I just feel like
again, what's the feeling?
Exactly. This is what we miss about Kevin. We miss that raw alphaness that he taught. He's right. Men have to stay out of your feelings. He keeps getting his feelings on what Kevin should do, what Kevin should say, what Kevin should be. And this is what happens in this space. You have a lot of guys that get caught in their feelings. And once they get caught in their feelings, they want to be heard. They feel like they can change the thing that's aggravating them. The women are not aggravated with Kevin. This guy is aggravated with Kevin. We have a lot of weak simps in this space. You're not aggravated with women. You're aggravated with the guys that are teaching about women. Because you don't like what they're saying about women. You don't like when they go against your agenda. So as the masculinity leaves the space, this is what we're ending up with. We're ending up with guys who are caught in their feelings that just want to say something just to say it to be heard.
See, the problem is when you say this, you weaken us. You sound soft saying this shit.
But how is that?
Because you sound like... Listen to what the men are going to go back and go look in the comment section after this video. And I feel. I don't, if I'm getting a different outcome, which is a better outcome, damn the tone. It's the outcome. And if you're saying you see the same outcome, why do you care so much about the tone?
Because I don't think the majority of women are receiving what you're saying the right way.
It's not for the majority of women. And the majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses. And what is that doing for the majority of women?
But if the majority of women are not receiving your content properly,
if the majority of women are being told they're queens and goddesses and you're tens, what are the outcomes to that?
The outcome is delusion. A man has to separate a woman's emotions from logical thinking. Most guys don't know how to do the two. You look at a woman's emotions and you say, I have to talk to her a certain way in order for her to understand me. The nice guy never gets understood by the woman because he don't know how to tell her things directly. When you could talk to a woman directly, she understands more. Trying to butter it up and talk to her nicely in a certain way, she's never going to understand you. How many nice guys out there have talked to a woman kind, talked to a woman lovey, readjusted your conversation so she understands it and she still didn't respect you versus you just blurring out what you want? Like, that's how I am with women. It's like, yo, I'm going to tell you like this. You do this, fuck it, I'm going to another one. I don't like what you did. You get better results when you just tell her, I don't like that. I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. When you stand up for yourself, she acts differently than when you saying, well, honey, let's just, well, what about this? What, I don't want to scream. I just want to talk like this. Well, honey, what about that? You don't get no respect from a woman talking like that. You don't get no respect from a woman caring about how she's going to perceive it. You get respect from a woman when you could talk to her directly, look at her in the eye, tell her exactly how you feel, and you're not afraid of how she's going to respond to it. That's when you gain your girk. Let's get back to it.
See, this is our problem as black men right here. You want me to moderate my tone when it's getting a better outcome than the moderated tones.
But my point is, I don't think it's being received by women as well as it would be if it was a tad bit better. Trust me, I'm not saying to change your complete tone. That's not what I'm saying, because I respect
Yes, you are.
your
I mean,
content.
but what you're making is a feelings-based argument. If you change your tone, then what? Okay, let's say it your way. If I change my tone, what percentage increase do you think I would get?
I think you would get a lot more.
What percentage increase do you think I would get?
At least 15 to 20. At least a 15 or 20% increase.
I don't think so. And you're basing that based on what?
Just based off, once again, like you mentioned, my anecdotal.
Right,
People just.
right. You have nothing to base that on. Think.
Right, because simps and beta males like him don't get it. You're emotional. Women don't want emotional men. They want a man that can stand there hard. They want a man that can hold his ground. Simple as that. That's what they want. That's where the outcomes are going to go. They're going to gravitate towards the man who can stand his ground. These type of dudes like this, these type of dudes really piss me the fuck off. I can tell you that. Let me read some of this. He says, yo, Aunt, most men ain't never told a woman shut the fuck up. Trust me. And it works. Right. That's what women want. They don't want a man who can easily be adjusted through emotion. They want the truth from a guy. And what we have is we have a lot of men that are afraid to do that, not realizing you're going to get more pussy in your life telling women the exact truth that you're afraid to do. That's why I say, if you learn as a man to accept your flaws, then you're not going to be afraid to tell anybody anything, and you will always get your point across. The guy that gets his points across gets the most respect out of women. It's that simple. The guy that can talk to her directly gets the most respect from women. The guy who always worried about how she's going to think, how she's going to feel, and he wants to watch his tone and make sure it's not too rough, you're going to always lose. Why? Because women don't like a weak man. They don't like him at all.
I want you to sit there and ponder that. You want me to change what's getting outcomes, verifiable, and you're saying 15 to 20% based upon nothing. That's how men operate. That's how we think. See, I'm challenging you. I'm challenging this because
this is what I gotta say. If you stop, and if you've been in this space for years, right? One thing that you're gonna notice: the guys that pander to women are no longer around. Derek Jackson got his most respect when he got caught cheating. Women loved him. He still sold out. His conferences are still selling out, and he got caught cheating on his wife and sold out at conferences. All the guys that pander to women, they're no longer here. They're gone. Their careers are gone. Women have switched and started pandering to guys like this on the right, to simps like this on the right that are calling their emotions. Because simps on the right calling their emotions, they'll donate to a woman. They love a woman. They love how she talks. They love everything about her. They don't see the logical reasoning. So you notice guys that used to pander to women are no longer around. And there was only really one that pandered to women, right? But look how many women have started pandering to men.